Hey, listener. Welcome to our deep dive into wedding dress trends.
Ooh, sounds fun.
Yeah, we're looking at 2024 specifically.
Oh, cool.
We've got some data from Darianna Bridal and Tuxedo in Pennsylvania.
Interesting. I always love to see how those trends shift.
Yeah, me too. So first up, the A-line.
The A-line.
It never seems to go out of style.
Nope, it's a classic.
And 37% of brides at Darianna chose it.
Wow, that's a lot. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think it's that perfect balance,
Yeah.
flattering on so many body types.
Right.
And the flow and the movement. You can dress it up or down.
Totally. It can be super versatile.
Exactly. And speaking of dressing it up or down, Darianna saw a lot of variety in the A-lines that brides were choosing.
Oh, like what?
Well, like the Maudie Lane Jaya with those off-the-shoulder sleeves.
So romantic.
Yeah, very dreamy.
Right.
Or, on the flip side, the Essence of Australia D3794.
Now, that's a minimalist dream.
Super sleek and clean lines.
It just goes to show you how much you can do with one silhouette.
Totally. Now let's move on to the fit and flare.
Fit and flare.
All right. It came in a close second at 21%.
Okay.
It's all about those curves, right?
Oh, yeah. The fit and flare really accentuates that hourglass shape.
And I've even heard that a lot of these gowns use boning in the bodice.
Oh, yeah. Boning helps with that sculpted look.
It's like a built-in secret weapon.
Exactly. A technique that's been used for centuries.
So cool. Before we move on, can you clarify something for me?
Sure.
What's the difference between a trumpet and a mermaid?
Good question. They're both fitted through the bodice and hips, but the difference is where they flare out.
Okay.
So a trumpet will typically flare at the mid-thigh, and a mermaid will flare at the knee or even below.
So the mermaid is more dramatic.
Much more. Yeah, it hugs the body for longer.
Got it. Okay, now let's talk about the comeback kid.
Oh, who's that?
The ball gown.
The ball gown. Really?
Good time. They jumped from 14% in 2023 to 20% in 2024.
Wow, that is a comeback. Why do you think that is?
Well, you can't ignore pop culture, can you?
True.
Think Bridgerton?
Ah, yes.
All that Regency era, fashion, romance, grandeur.
The ball gown fits right in.
It's like brides are stepping into their own fairy tale.
Exactly. And it's not just the full skirt.
Yeah.
We're also seeing those design elements coming back,
Which ones?
like the basque waist and the drop waist.
Could you refresh my memory on what those are?
Of course. So a basque waist dips down in the front at a V shape,
Okay.
and it often highlights the natural waistline.
Mhm.
A drop waist sits lower on the hips.
So it makes the torso look longer?
Exactly.
I'm seeing it all now.
You know what else is interesting?
What's that?
A lot of brides are wearing a ball gown for the ceremony,
Okay.
but then changing it to something else for the reception.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like 2 dream dresses in one.
It is about having the best of both worlds, isn't it?
Totally. And we saw so much variety in the ball gowns at Darianna.
Oh, yeah.
You had the Stella York 7757
With that gorgeous straight neckline.
and the pearl detailing.
Classic and contemporary all at once.
Then you had something like the Morley petal,
Oh.
soft tulle floral appliques,
Mm.
a hint of color.
Super boho chic.
It shows you just how versatile the ball gown can be.
Right. It doesn't have to be stuffy.
Not at all, because we've got the A-line, the fit and flare, and the ball gown.
Makes you wonder about the mermaid in the sheath.
Yeah, while they might not be as popular as those other three, they're still a go-to for some brides.
Definitely. The mermaid is perfect for showing off curves.
Oh, yeah, and those Kitty Chen mermaid gowns are just, wow.
I know. The Alisat, the Solana, the Matea.
All those intricate details.
Glamorous.
And then the sheath.
so sleek.
Understated elegance.
Like those Sophia Tolly and Essence of Australia gowns.
Timeless.
It's interesting how even with one silhouette, there's so much room for personal expression.
You're right. It's all about the details, isn't it?
Exactly. And that's what we're going to get into in part 2 of this deep dive.
Can't wait.
We'll see you there, listener.
See ya.
Welcome back, listener. So we talked silhouettes.
We did.
Now let's get into some specific dresses.
Yeah, the details are what makes it special, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So Darianna Bridal and Tuxedo. Let's see what they had.
Perfect. Let's start with the A-line again.
Okay.
The Maudie Lane Jaya, remember that one?
Oh, yeah, so dreamy.
Those lace appliques.
The tulle skirt
Plunging neckline.
gives it that fairy tale vibe.
Totally. Now something completely different. The Essence of Australia, D3794.
The minimalist one.
Yeah. Clean lines.
It's simple.
Straight across neckline.
So elegant.
Proof that less is more.
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, now how about a little embellishment?
Embellishment, all right.
The Kitty Chen Flora.
Oh, the floor.
That A-line silhouette, but with a twist.
Yeah, what kind of twist?
Asymmetrical neckline.
Interesting.
Thigh-high slit.
Wow.
Sparkly embellishments.
Sounds very modern.
Definitely a statement dress.
It is. Okay, let's move on to ball gowns now.
Ball gowns, let's do it.
The Stella York 7757.
Oh, that was a popular one.
Straight neckline.
Girl.
That full skirt.
Classic and contemporary.
The best of both worlds.
And then the morally petal.
The petal, so different.
Soft tulle.
Floral appliques.
A touch of color.
So romantic.
It's like two different takes on the ball gown, you know?
I know. It's amazing how versatile it can be.
You know, those curve-hugging styles.
Curve hugging.
The mermaid and the sheath.
Okay.
What did we see at Darianna?
Well, for mermaids, Kitty Chen was killing it.
I know, the Alessandra, the Solana, the Matei.
So stunning.
The details are just incredible.
Those sparkly embellishments.
It's all about making a statement.
It is. And for the sheath.
Yeah.
Lots of sleek, minimalist gowns.
Like the Sophia Tully-Lloyd.
And the essence of Australia, D3823.
Classic. Timeless.
You really can't go wrong with a sheath.
It's always chic. I think what's so cool is that even within one silhouette, you can find so much variety.
You're right. The designers are really getting creative.
It's incredible.
Now that we've looked at the dresses,
Yeah.
let's talk about the brides.
The brides. Okay.
How can these trends help them find the perfect dress?
That's a great question.
We'll explore that in part 3.
Join us then, listener. So, listener, we've talked silhouettes. We've talked specific dresses.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about you.
You. Yeah.
What about you?
What stood out to you during our deep dive?
Did any of the styles spark something?
Are you picturing yourself in a dreamy A-line? Or maybe a curve-hugging mermaid?
Or a romantic ball gown?
If you're still feeling unsure, that's totally okay.
Choosing a wedding dress. It's a big decision.
It is. And there's a lot to think about.
It's easy to get caught up in the trends.
Yeah, for sure.
But the most important thing is to find a dress that makes you feel good.
Yeah, that reflects your style.
Yeah, and makes you feel confident and beautiful.
So what details are calling to you?
What are you drawn to?
Maybe delicate lace, sparkly embellishments.
Or sleek minimalist lines.
Maybe you're picturing something totally unique.
A dress that breaks all the rules.
My advice, try on different styles.
You never know what you'll fall in love with.
You might surprise yourself.
That's the fun part.
It is. When you find that dress,
The one
you'll know.
you just feel. So as we wrap up our deep dive,
Our deep dive.
remember, trust your instincts.
Let your heart guide you.
Choose the dress that speaks to you.
The one that makes you feel ready to say, I do.
And most importantly, have fun.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Enjoy it. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, listener.
See you next time.